Hey, I'm Chris with How to Politics, and we had some elections the other day. There is an early consensus among takes that are settling across the internet, and for the umpteenth election in a row, we were reminded that the economy, prices, jobs are the most important thing on most people's minds most of the time. Okay, that's always been true for people who have to go to work for a living. Rent and food and healthcare have always been front of mind all the time. In fact, there was a poll right before the election that found a majority of Americans spending more on groceries and utilities. More than a third of Americans were spending more on healthcare, gas, and housing. So this was a flashing red light before the election. It's been that way for a long time. Political elites apparently need periodic reminders in elections. Trump's explanation for losing the election so badly, for the record, is one, he's not on the ballot, and two, the shutdown. That's an interesting acknowledgement that the shutdown is hurting his party. The White House's explanation should shock absolutely no one. They blame Biden. Other Republicans, though, they see the writing on the wall. We're talking about the ubiquitous anonymous Republicans who comment on everything. You got your Steve Bannon. There are White House officials going on the record, like James Blair. They say that Trump's focus on the ballroom, prosecuting his enemies, the wars he thinks he's solved, etc., the cleanliness of the streets in D.C., they say that that's short-sighted. They want the president to talk about affordability and prices, which all normal people want to hear politicians talk about. One White House ally said, people don't think he's lived up to his promises. He won on lowering costs, putting more money back into people's pockets, and people don't feel that right now. Or maybe they're just not MAGA enough. One former Trump campaign and White House advisor said that this election was a lesson, that running squishy Republicans who are lukewarm on Trump and MAGA doesn't work. You have to turn out all factions of the Republican Party by being MAGA all the way. Okay, but MAGA also agrees that the economy is shit. A majority of people who voted for Trump in 2024 say the economy is getting worse or about the same. But they elected Trump because they thought Biden fucked up the economy. The economy staying the same is Trump failing in the eyes of MAGA voters. That's Trump presiding over a shitty Biden economy. Not even Trump's voters think it'll get better. 49% of people who voted for Trump in 2024 expect to be the same or worse off financially a year from now. Again, staying the same is Trump presiding over a broken, shitty economy. Political elites on both sides need to refocus on what actually affects people. We have to raise the standard of living in America so that we have time and space in our lives to deal with bigger shit. Losing your way in niche social issues, disconnecting from what actually affects and helps people is not how you build a coalition in a democracy to win elections. It's how you get authoritarians elected. It's good to see some people in the pro-democracy coalition finding their way, winning elections by advocating for basics, prices, affordability, jobs. This is the kind of thing that people care about because it affects people. Finally, it's getting some play, and it's winning elections. If you watched this deep in the video, thank you very much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear them. I hope you'd consider subscribing, and as always, thank you for watching. I'm Chris with How to Politics.